Happy Pride, everybody in Newark. Happy Pride, everybody everywhere else. Happy Nest. How's that? I'm going to give this a moment to, a short moment, just literally a minute to begin the journey of people populating. Then I'm going to go live with today's sermon, which is I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. And I want to thank my good Brista sister friend, the brilliant artist at Genesis Tramaine for the inspiration for today's word. I'm down here, but I'm from around here. And I'm pulling my scripture from the book of John. It's 8th chapter, verses 42 through 47. So populate and pass this on and share this with people so that people can be present in and with this word. All right, all right, all right. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning. Good morning. So I'm going to give this literally 1 minute to populate. We're going in, 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 we're going in. Tag this and put it everywhere it's supposed to be. I'm going to bring you this word. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Pastor Kennedy Taylor. Unity Fellowship Church, New Ark here in Newark, New Jersey. When we are gathered, we gather at 24. I always do that because I'm an even numbers person. When we are gathered, we do gather at 23 Branford Place, downtown Newark, which is between Halsey and Broad. So when we are able, we will in fact come together. Y'all hear me? We will in fact come together. But for now, we are here. For now, we have this place of engagement, this space to be together. And so for this Pride, on this third Sunday, July 19th of 2020, I offer you, I'm down here, but I'm not from around here. I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. That's a little country from DC, mama's from Mississippi. Every once in a while, you got to say it in a dialect that people really can get. So I'm down here, but I'm from around here. Took me into John, its 8th chapter, because the 8th chapter of John, y'all, is really a chapter that many of us outsiders, many of us not feeling connected to the people we're around should really be able to get into, because the entirety almost of the book of John, its 8th chapter, is Jesus being talked about. Jesus being debated by people. Who is he? Where is he from? What's his intention? Why is he here? What does he have? Is he a demon? Is he a Samaritan? Literally, the entirety of it is this these conversations outwardly about Jesus, the Redeemer, the Restorer, this the Messiah, who they are questioning. And a lot of the questioning will come up in this in the context of this sermon today, because a lot of the questioning has to do with the fact that Jesus was a regular dude, right? There are always these pictures where, or even these portrayals of Jesus, where he gets to be this really attractive actor with really nice hair and really great features, and he seems like somebody who would glow and show out. But he was a lot more regular than that. And in doing so, there was always this questioning of him. But this is where I found myself really tapping into the word. This I'm down here, but I'm from around here. I really tapped into it because of this right here. John, its 8th chapter, verses 42 through 47 read as such. Jesus said to them, "If God were your father, you would love me, for I have come here from God. I have not come on my own, God sent me. Why is my language not clear to you? Because you are unable to hear what I say. You belong to your father, the devil, and you want to carry out your father's desires. He was a murderer from the beginning." And I want to make sure to really contextualize that whole idea that that enemy came to kill, steal, and destroy, and literally that he was a murderer of peace. He was a murderer of paradise. He was a murderer of tranquility, not just like, this is not a killer person, but he came to destroy, right? A murderer destroys families, destroys lives. And so he was a murderer from the beginning, not holding the truth, for there was no truth in him. When he lies, he speaks his native tongue, for he is a liar and the father of lies. Yet because I tell the truth, you do not believe me. Can any of you prove me guilty of sin? If I am telling the truth, why don't you believe me? Whoever belongs to God hears what God says. The reason you don't hear, the reason you do not hear is you do not belong to God. And he's talking the common people around him who keep questioning him because who he is and how he shows up isn't making sense to them. Hello, somebody. who he is and the bigness and the boldness with which he speaks based on the way he looks. Hello, somebody. Doesn't make sense to them. The unmitigated audacity of him, the way he shows up and shapeshifts and is able to engage the teachers when teaching and the leaders when leading and regular folk when he just being regular, marvels in them, because a lot of those folk didn't have time to engage all those people. But Jesus was down here, but he wasn't from around here. And how he showed up confused and confounded folk. I wish somebody with a rainbow flag went up. I wish somebody transgender. I wish somebody who wears a suit but wasn't supposed to be a suit. I wish somebody who is stocky and I wish somebody who doesn't fit in would understand what I'm trying to give y'all in this gift today. He said, I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. And he said it in a way that it showed up in the way he walked, and the way he engaged, and the way he believed he was in the world without trying to get everybody's approval. See, I want somebody to get that Jesus looked like, they said that he was bronze skinned and had woolly hair. That some say bronze, some say copper. I mean brown skin, and then he had woolly hair. And so these long, pretty dude that seemed to stand out, who seemed to always wear all white, always seemed to be glowing and flowing. It's not who he was. He looked like everybody else. But I want somebody to get clear that to look like does not mean to blend in. He made it his business. Hello, somebody. He made it his business in the way he engaged in conversation, in the way he could shift from the pauper to the priest, and the way he could move between groups. They said there's something about him that doesn't fit in. Hello, somebody. I wish somebody who knew what it felt like to not always fit in. I wish somebody who understood what it feels like to not always blend in. Somebody who understood in a very, 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 very real way what it means to not blend in. You have to be able to tap into that, to tap into this sermon, to tap into this Christ, to tap into this thing about you that always seems to have been different, and you've been trying to fade, you've been trying to play small, you've been trying to get people to leave you alone and not bother you because you thought you were blending in. You look like them by that outfit you put on, that thing they told you to do, and the way they told you to do it, so that you didn't stand out, so that you didn't stand separate from them. You look like them, but you don't blend in with them because you down here, but you ain't from around here. I want somebody to hear that, because you got to get clear that was always the overwhelming feature of the Christ, that there was something about him, hello somebody, that never quite blended in, that never quite seemed to be able to just be still, just be quiet, not have a response or a question or a thought or a way of showing up that made people unsettled. Somebody hear me? And so you've got to get clear that I'm talking to you odd birds. I'm talking to us outsiders. I'm talking to the one who has felt their whole life like he was a troublemaker. As we have this week been honoring the life and legacy of the great congressman and civil rights maverick, Congressman John Lewis. He always talked about how he spent his life getting in trouble, good trouble. Hello, somebody. He was the youngest person to speak at the March on Washington. He was young on the front lines when he met Dr. King at 17, when he met Rosa Parks at 18, when he decided in his young mind that this was the work and this was the walk he was supposed to take. He knew that stepping up, hello somebody. He knew that stepping out, hello somebody. He knew that being in the group of the people that they already dogged, that they already sent dogs after, that he was putting himself in harm's way, but he came to get in trouble, and in good trouble, because he looked like everybody else, but he wasn't going to blend in. He wasn't going to just sit in. He wasn't just going to be in the march. He knew that he had a separate and higher work, even though younger, even though he could have blended in, even though he could have stood quietly off to the sideline. And so I'm talking to you, odd bird. I'm talking to you, outsider, because you got to get clear of what it feels like to stand strong and to stand out, even and especially when you're a stranger. Because some of us have felt like strangers in our own family. Some of us have felt like strangers in our own communities. But there has been a reason for that, because you're down here, hello somebody. But you ain't from around here. Your mind is still somewhere else. Your mind still has higher thoughts and higher considerations and has higher possibility and has higher expectations and believes more, so it receives more. I wish somebody who knew they had a satellite in their soul just lift up their hands at all, because you've got to get clear about what it means to be a stranger, called to speak to a group of people who look like you, but who don't hear on the same frequency as you. Can somebody hear me? I want somebody to get okay with the fact that peacocks are an endangered species. Hello, somebody? But pigeons are not. And I'm just talking about the commonality of the bird. Hello, somebody? You can go and get 1,000 of them in Central Park. Peacocks are an endangered species, a thing that would dare be big, be bold, be bright. But it's just being itself, as are pigeons. Pigeons, I'm going to swoop down here, get this piece of food they got for me, and swoop on. I'm going to hit this tree, I'm going to do, and they, they flock together. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody. But there are fewer peacocks indeed. And so you got to get okay with what it means to you, for you, about you, for you to be different. What it means to you, for you, and about you to be down here, but not from round here. Because there are times when the universe is calling on you to call up something in you that feels almost superhero. Hello, somebody. That feels almost dynamic. Hello, somebody. That feels like people are supposed to see this. You're not supposed to be able to be called from the seat, and by the time you get to this microphone sing like that, you're not supposed to be called out from the back and told to come forward to speak and preach like that. You're not supposed to not have time to prepare the food and an hour later have prepared that. You're not supposed to be able to do that, dance like that with just a drum and no time to choreograph. You're not supposed to freestyle. Who does that? Who does that? You got to get clear that you have been called for such a time as this to show up and show out as you. You understand me? You understand me? Let me give y'all a comment. Let me give y'all a comment. The other day, just yesterday, yesterday, I spent part of my afternoon catching up on a show called Legendary on HBO, and it's where 8 houses have come together to battle for this legendary ball. And the houses have come together in these different categories, and then at the end of each show, the 2 houses where they had not done their best work, hello somebody, been their brightest light, hello somebody, showed up and showed off and walked in the fullness of their being, those 2 houses would have to bring it to the floor and battle it out, hello somebody. And the one particular battle, anybody that watches the show, anybody, I'm gonna post it up so you can see it. Anybody that watches the show, hello King Hassan, anybody that does the house thing or the LGBT programming thing, or somebody who might have just been watching it because you heard about it. Let me tell you about this one particular battle where the House of Lombard had to send up one of their members to battle. And the House of Ebony, hello somebody, had to send up one of their folks to battle, right? Hello somebody. And Lon Vaughn sent up Michaela. Michaela was the daughter who somebody said to them earlier, we don't even know why y'all tried to do this kind of choreographed pretty piece when y'all got somebody on your team that does flips and acts a fool. Don't hide your guns, right? Or something like that. Don't hide your secret weapon when it ain't no secret. Hello, somebody. I wish somebody understood what I'm trying to get the metaphor. Don't do that. They said don't do that. And so Ebony came out because they fell short for some other reason. And so they picked Shorty from the House of Ebony. You knew it was going to be something to it when Shorty from one house went over and hugged his opponent. Hello, somebody. Because he was really able to say in that moment, this battle is for my life. It's for my spot. It's not against you. You would stop fighting against other people and fight for yourself, because you're down here and you ain't from around here. And you're called to occupy a particular space at a particular time. And your assignment is to simply and solidly show up. And so Michaela came out. And then Shorty came to hug her. And then they brought a battle to the floor. That wasn't but 2 minutes. But I'm telling you, they left so much of who they were on that floor. So somebody needs to understand, if you want to be able to sit at the table, you got to be willing to bring it all to the floor. They brought that thing to the floor, and I promise you, I ended up crying. This battle was so full of energy, so full of the best of what they had. And literally after they finished, they hugged and cried on each other because they knew they had brought all that they had to the floor. And even as the judges picked, there was, there was tears amongst the judges. There was gobsmackness. There was overwhelming because they couldn't believe that these 2 human beings, these 2 little human, both Shorty was short, and he was Shorty to Michaela short. And they both showed up, and they showed up even in their small frames like giants. Somebody hear me? And tried to destroy that place in such a way that they felt like this after that. I'm not one of them ball kids. I didn't have that experience, but I knew something was happening. I could feel it while I was in my space, crying and lifting up my hands going, oh my God, even in the midst of what looked like a battle, even in the midst of some ballroomness that felt like it was just some Saturday night something, to regular folk, I felt a presence there. Hello, somebody. Because you could tell they went inward to draw outward. They did some tricks and some flips and some dives and some whoops and some swoops that something within had to tell. You could see them just be almost exhausted from having given their all, because when you give your all, you can feel it, and so can other people, right? And that's when they connect to, oh my God, you down here, but you ain't from around here. I can tell you ain't from around here. I can tell you ain't from, anybody hear what I'm trying to tell you this, Brian? I'm trying to get you to, I'm going to put both of these on my page afterwards so that y'all can see them. I'm trying to get them, to put them in there so that it lives with. I remember a few years ago on a show called The Four. Hello, somebody? Because I'm trying to find God all the time in all things. Because, if you wait for church on Sundays and people's attitudes to show up fully, they just might not. Hello, there's a free will thing. But so I'm always looking. And I remember on this particular finale of The Four, hello, somebody, when a young brother by the name of Vincent came out and sang a song called Creek. Rock song from a group called Radiohead. He had slowed it down just a little bit, balladized it a little bit, had this red suit on, and sang like he was singing from his big toenails. The song says, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Huh? I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want to have the perfect. I want to have the perfect. I want to show up for people in a way that they think is, acceptable, delightful. They will approve of. But I'm a creep. I'm an outsider. I'm a weirdo, right? Why did I get put with these people? Y'all don't think Jesus said, "What am I doing with these people? Why am I here?" I got work to do bigger than the place I was planted. I wish somebody would understand what it meant to bloom when you were planted. You got to work to do bigger than the family you were born into. You got to work to do bigger than the orientation you were born in, the color scheme you were born into. It's bigger than what it looks like, bigger than your flesh. You wish you could do this work as Idris Elba. You wish you could do that work as Diana Ross. You wish you could do that work in a frame, with a name that had some fame to it. But the truth is, your assignment is to do you. All the other spots are taken. I wish somebody could hear me. And you got to get clear that your assignment is to get big and bold and bad enough to not just trust your gut, hello somebody, but to entrust your gut, to give your gut that intuition, that inward connection, that thing, to give it the assignment and the responsibility of guiding you, so that when you entrust your gut will say, I dare you to show up, I dare you to show out. Your gut will say, sing like you ain't got no sense, Patty. Your gut will say, walk like everybody's looking, dance like nobody's watching. Your assignment in the midst of all of this is to be clear that you're down here, but your mind is not from around here. And you got higher thoughts and higher capacity and bigger things that you could do. And if you would just get to the place that you are doing a thing that's uncomfortable, that's when all your superpowers will show up. That's why some of us work better under stress. That's why some of us work better when we're angry, because you finally unpack and unleash that daggone thing inside of you that you're afraid of letting be loose in the world, because you know you're down here, but you ain't from around here. How did you think of that? How did you come up with that? How did you say that? How did you sing like that? Why are you walking like that? How dare you do that? How could you do that? Because you're down here. You're not from around here. And you're going to this pride season. This pride isn't just about whether or not you can kiss your boyfriend and hold hands in public. This is not about whether or not marriage equality worked and now all of a sudden you got a magical wife, because some of you single are going to be single until you get yourself together. This is not about that. This is about whether or not you are willing to walk forward staunchly and sternly in your skin. I will lift up mine eyes. Well, I'm down here, but I will lift up my eyes to the hills. Where does my help come? Oh, that's right. I'm down here in human flesh. I'm down here named Kevin. I'm down here 55. I'm down here in this house. I'm down here at this time. But I ain't from around here, because I know something. I know somebody. I know somewhere higher than this. And when I let my mind go higher than this, when I let my dreams go higher than this, when I let my desires go higher than this, when I let my thoughts go higher than this, then I am not just stuck with this. I can ascend above this. I can rise beyond this, beyond mama, beyond that. Let me tell y'all, some of us have struggled. Listen, I know some of y'all with your journey and outness have struggled with acceptance in your family. And you're saying right now, Pastor, I hear what you're saying, but you don't understand how hard it is to be without people be like. And I want you to just spend some time to see how many folk in the name of you and me, in the name of Black Lives Matter, have disassociated themselves with their racist family. who have gotten up from tables with brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and mothers and fathers and said, that's it. I can't deal with this. I'm not doing this anymore. Black Lives Matter on my TikTok, Black Lives Matter on my Instagram, Black Lives Matter on my Twitter. And if y'all don't like me, you can unfriend me. And I don't care if we share the same last name. I don't care if we share the same gene pool. This is where I draw the line. At some point, you're going to have to draw the line and give yourself permission to take back your life. To give yourself permission to take back your joy, your peace, your power, because it's not in your mother in the first place. She doesn't have the power to control whether or not you're L, the G, the B, the T, or the Q. What she does have the power is to control whether or not you are free. Hello, somebody? Huh? As long as you go looking for somebody's acceptance and somebody's approval, you will never, ever, 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 ever be free. And I want you to understand that this whole story that we got in Jesus and all these ways that they're debating about it is Jesus showing us the roadmap and the repercussions. Yes, they're going to come for you. Yes, they're going to talk about you. Yes, but what they're going to do, what they're going to do, what they really going to do, right? What they really, if you've already got a plan of what your freedom looks like, hello somebody, then get yourself out and get to college. And they can't tell you how to do what you do at college. They can't tell you how to live your life. So unless you acquiesce all your power to somebody else, there's still a piece, a portal, a power, a passion that you hold on to that is your own. And you've got to remember you're down here. You're down here in 2020. You're down here in this year. You're down here for such a time as this. You're down here for the 15th Newark Gay Pride. You're down here for the 50th World Pride, because the first one was a riot. It wasn't until 1970 that there was an actual pride. So this is actually the 50th anniversary of Pride, but they don't want to talk about that. But you're down here for such a time as this, and it is your time is now. Your time is now. Your time is now. What you gonna do? Because you're down here. I know you wish you were born at another time. You like old stuff. You finish stuff. You wish you could do cosplay and be in the future, but you're down here, and you not from around here. So your assignment is to figure out how to tap into your superpowers, even though it makes everybody around you, including some of your L, your G, your B, your T, your Q, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your aunt, your uncle, your bestie. Some people will tell you, you got to do all of that. Must you do all of that? And you're like, this ain't even all of that. This ain't all of my all. This is just some of my all. And this makes you uncomfortable. Maybe I need to move on up a little higher. Maybe I need a new level, because I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. And I understand what it means when people see me walk into a room, when they see you with your suit on, when they see you with your hair or queen, or why you got to do all that? Why does what I do make you so uncomfortable? Because it reminds you that you're having a pigeon mentality when you know there's a peacock and you bursting to get out. Do it in a house by yourself. You go secret places trying to do secret things. Some of us are peacocks among peacocks. You know there's a rare white peacock that is complete, huh? It's a complete different version of it. And it may not have all the color. It may not have all of the luminosity of the teal and the turquoise and all of the sparkle. But it's an odd otter bird. And anybody out here all right being an otter bird? You don't have to have all the color and rainbow as some of us. But you're going to have to show up at some point in and as you. Because the truth is, as Bishop Cheek said to me one time, the truth is, come on, somebody. The truth is, we hate knowledge. Because even when you have moments or things or uncomfortable lessons that you know you have to learn, even when you try to act like you don't know around other people, when you try to act like you don't know around your mom and your daddy, like you don't know around your bestie and your cousin, but like you want to act like you don't know, when you're all by yourself, you know. Why isn't your life right? Why don't things go the way you want? Because you still hide from and in other people. Why do things not go? Because you still hide in the falsehood of other people having control over your life. Why don't you have joy? I know I'm single because I stay busy. I know it, and I know that the appearance of me being too busy to have room in my life for somebody is an appearance that is projected out. But I also know that somebody will knock on the door and go, I know you busy, but y'all do it all the time. You call me at church after Sunday. You call me on Sundays after church. I know you busy, but. So somebody out there is going to say, hey, I see you, a big light in the world. I know you're busy, but I want to holler at you. You understand me? Nothing can separate you from your power when you're connected to your power. Nothing can separate you from your power when you're connected to your power. So this isn't about trusting your gut alone. It's about entrusting your gut. I believe me when I say I can do great things. I believe me, but I understand honestly and earnestly there's something bigger in me that has capacity of me to do me. This whole chapter, Jesus they debate about whether or not he's a teacher. They debate about whether or not he's a prophet. They debate about whether or not he's a Samaritan or demon possessed. How do you put the two up? Is he a Samaritan or demon possessed? Because he's doing some stuff that somebody that looked like him shouldn't be able to do. I wish somebody could hear me. He's doing some stuff, hello somebody, that somebody that looked like him, so hello somebody, should not be able to do. He's doing some stuff that somebody educated like him. He's doing some stuff that somebody with parents like his. He's doing some stuff with people from his background. He's doing some stuff with people with his employment. He's doing some stuff with people with his financial status. He's doing some stuff he shouldn't be able to do. He knows some stuff that he shouldn't be able to know. Huh? He walks in and out with an audacity that almost seems like arrogance. Where you get that from? We get that at finishing school. You ain't never been to finishing school. How dare you walk so bold, so bright, so ballsy? How dare you walk so gay, so gallant, so get it together? Where you get that from? That's what they really act. They're not really daring you. They want to know where you got it from, because they think that they have the arsenal of it and are the only ones that get to approve whether or not you get that particular trait. And in spite of them, and sometimes in spite of yourself, your peacock shows up. Your bright light shows up. Your bright light raises his hand in the classroom. Your bright light knows how to fix the project. Your bright light knows how to do the thing that he says he was supposed to do, but she can do it and do it better. Your bright light shows up because it has a capacity for audacity that it doesn't even understand where it came from. But you then understand when it comes to you how to do that thing. I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. You're connected to and tap into something beyond the finite, beyond the limits that makes you. Anybody know? You walk into a room with your friend doing a puzzle, and you just go, and they say, get an 8-letter word for blah, blah, blah. You go, blah, blah. How do you know that? Ain't nobody asked me. I remember being that little kid in elementary school. I remember the time we went to Frederick Douglass's home in Washington, D.C. I remember them piling us around a classroom and showing us a 7-foot cabinet that was in Frederick Douglass's bedroom. And they were saying, look at this cabinet. Look at, this is all, almost physics, right? Look at the cabinet, look at the door, look at the room. How did they get the cabinet in the room? Somebody said they cut it in half and brought it in pieces. Yep, it's too wide. There's no way. How about somebody said they brought it in the window? I don't know. Somebody said da da da, and I raised my hand. He said, Kevin, I said they built it in the room. There you go. Oh, how did you know that? I mean, they can't get it in the window. They couldn't get it in the door, and it's there. Hello, they couldn't get it in the window. They couldn't get it through the door, and it's there. Right? And it's a wonderful piece of furniture. People build furniture. I guess they just built it in the room. There it is. And the struggle for us, in our human thinking is, well, how they get it in and how they going to get it out when they move. But Frederick Douglass is dead 200 years, and it's still his house, right? So it's never going to move. So and our brains have to have that moment when they click in and think beyond and beyond what it is we're looking at. That's who we are. That's who Marco Hall is when he takes fabrics and can make a dress in 20 minutes. That's who Reverend Cheryl Bragg is when she can open her mouth on her way to the altar and start singing on the way, because God said, here, sing this. That's who the Minister Victoria is when children are screaming and parents are going, oh my God, how you take these 12 kids and I can't handle but one because you're not the mother of the bunch. And children, and they all quiet down and go, how you do that? Because I'm the mother. I'm not, you're a mother. I get it because they call the mother the 3 you got. But I'm mother tribes, and so I speak a different language to them that they get. You understand me? People get it. People don't get it, but they get it. People don't have to get it. You get it. As long as you can get it and they think it's magic, God bless them. But you're down here. But you ain't round here. You ain't from round here. And so today, even if you're outside, if you're inside, today, if you go outside, put on your light. Turn on your light so that somebody can see you. So that somebody else is down here, but not from around here, can go, hey. If you've ever been a world traveler, some of us have traveled places in the world where the presence of our skin tone is not always the main populace. And so we know what it's like. You can do that in some towns in America. Hello, somebody. Where our skin tone is not the main populace. Hello, somebody. And so anybody that's ever been to one of those little towns in Montana, or been somewhere in Iowa, or been somewhere in a little town in the cut in North Carolina, or somewhere where we weren't always in the populace, and you see somebody that look like you. Hello, somebody. I don't know about the rest of other cultures. I don't know. Because I don't know if y'all have signifiers and allow you to recognize one another from a distance. But I know black folk. And I know that I have been in Milan, Italy, and seen with my best girlfriend Celeste a group of black people across the street, and they, ooh, let's go talk to him. Walk up. They go, hey, we go, hey, they go, where you from? He said, New York, what? She said, I live in New York, I'm from DC. Oh my God, I'm from DC. And next thing you know, we conclave like we have been families at a reunion. And the next thing you know, they go, well, how long y'all here? Well, we don't know because we just traveled a few days. But y'all should stay tomorrow till tomorrow because there's gonna be a fashion show and there's gonna be a band performance and we in it. What? Okay. And then what else? We trying to get some food. Oh, go around this space to Giuseppe's and we got some spinach lasagna. Go get that. And when y'all staying, we said, oh, that's a nice spot. And when y'all doing that, we're just going to look for the spot. Go down the street and they have an open outdoor market. Y'all know those Ferragamos y'all buy at home for a whole bunch of money? They have them on the thing for $10. What? Oh my God, don't tell me that. And next thing you know, we're going to exchange numbers. But y'all come back to the hotel, but we'll all have dinner together and you've made new friends. Because we understand what it means to see our light shining on somebody. Ooh, that's my kind of different right there. Huh? You ain't from around here. We here together in Italy, but we ain't from around here. Where do we go get our hair cut? Where do we go get food? How do we live our best life? That happened to me also when I was in Italy because I was a student in London. After a while, I had to get my hair cut. I saw a brother on the street in Bayswater. Brother. Hey, brother, how you doing? Hey, bro, how are you? I said, brother, I need a haircut. Hey, come on with me to Brighton. We going to Brighton? Okay. I was like, oh my God, it's a whole black conclave. Where y'all come from? Because we in Brighton. So while I'm here, I'm going to give me a fish dinner. While I'm here, I'm going to give me some music because I'm down here, but I ain't from around here. So somebody show me how I do what I do where y'all do it. Y'all, anybody understand me? Let your Newark light shine. Happy Pride. You're in a season, you're in a time in 2020 and in your life in this summer solstice, in this summer season, where things are disturbing your peace. And parts of the things that are disturbing your peace is because part of your peace needs disturbing in order to wake up the you in you that had settled for you. Is to wake up the you in you that had settled for you, because you're down here, but you ain't from around here. You're going to stop trying to blend in. You're going to stop trying to not disturb. You're going to stop trying to not shake stuff. You're going to stop trying to be small. You're going to stop trying to get people to like with you because they think they're going to agree with you, because you think that if they agree with you, they're going to like you, when they'll agree with you and talk about you behind your back. You're down here, but you ain't from around here. You're going to stop acting like this is a popularity contest. Life is to be lived. And you got 4 or 5 people who love you, yay for you. Government doing for it. You get a few people that love you and lift you and that support you, yay for you. But everybody ain't supposed to know you close enough to be able to determine whether or not they like you. Let them love what you do. Who cares whether or not they like you? Let them love what you do. Because I've had to go into rooms where people didn't want me to show up, but they needed me to show up. Hello. I had a boss say to me one time, hey, I need you back at the job, but I don't know if I need you. I don't know if I want your mouth. And I was like, so you don't mind my mouth when I come up with innovative ideas for the network. You don't mind my mouth when I stand up against sexism for you. You don't mind my mouth when I create scripts for other shows. So which part of my mouth are you talking about you don't want? My mouth that confronts people when they say something homophobic to me. My mouth that has a nerve to call out some sexism or some dude, even though they had other. What part of my mouth do you want here? Because I don't see you minding my mouth, but my mouth makes you money. All right then. Thank you. Hey, I know you. You look just like me. Where do I get that pride shirt? Hey, I know you. You got lights like black. Who does your hair? I remember that time. I remember one time down in Princeton, I had gone to pay a parking ticket and went to the courthouse and was just standing in the line to pay my ticket. And I felt somebody stroking my hair from behind it. I was like, dear God, this is going to be one of them white women who think they can put your hands, they put their hands in black hair. I'm going to have to slap the taste out of my mouth, though I can't because at the time I was already a preacher. So I was trying to calm myself so I didn't yoke her up. And I was trying to center myself so I didn't have to worry about how my face looked. And I was in the courthouse and there was a little woman and a big man. And I turned and I was like, okay, dear God, get me centered. And turned around and it was a light-skinned Jamaican brother with dreadlocks. Brother, your locks are so pretty. Who does your hair? I've been here for a year. I've been here for a year and I haven't been able to find anybody to do my hair. And I introduced Brother Keith Kingston to Cynthia Parker. Hello, somebody. Cynthia Parker was doing my hair in the Brunswick. And he called me the next night. He was like, oh my God. It was like home to have a black woman and her hands in my hair and twisting my and massaging my scalp. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. He said I cried while she was doing my hair. Huh? Because he said, wait a minute, you down here, you're impressive. You ain't from around here. You work your hair wouldn't look like that. You down here, but you ain't from around here because you wear suits like me. But my suits don't fit like that. Hey, sister. Hey, Brista, where you get your suits? Hey, you wear size 13 shoes. Where you get them shoes at? You know, when I walk in stores, my size already gone. Where you put? Can I hook up with you so that you can take me where you go? Because you down here, but you ain't from around here. Y'all hear me what I'm trying to tell you this Friday, Sunday? You hear what I'm trying to tell you? Your assignment, if you purpose to take it, is to not just trust your gut, but entrust your gut. It's time to disembowel your gut as just as just the headlights of you, hoping that it will make you stay clear of any difficult conversations. It's time to entrust your gut. It's time to make your gut your GPS. It's time to make your gut your engine and let it do the guiding, because it's trying to take you places, break you places, shake you places, and make you places that you have never been before. And I promise you when you get there, I wish somebody could hear me. I promise you when you get there that you will realize that your assignment was always to be a brighter light, to be a bigger being, to be more you, to be more than the room. And when you show up, you don't have to show out, because your showing up is the show out. I wish somebody could hear me. When you show up in you as you, your showing up is the show out. Because they didn't expect you here. They didn't think you would show up and speak. They didn't think you would come in the room and do that. They didn't think you would say all that. They didn't think that you would. It's like with my son, I always love it. I've been around one or two times, and I said this early in my Say Something Sunday. I've been around my son one or two times with somebody that's almost in a challenging way said to this young black man, when they handed him their phone to look at, and then they turned away on the other phone that they were using while the broken phone was broken, and said, in 4 minutes, in 5 minutes. So how long is that going to take? I remember that particular businessman. So I remember in Penn Station, the guy walked off with his phone. It was gone about 6, 7 minutes because he was on the work phone, and this was his personal phone that was shattered. And when he came back, he got off the phone, minute standing there. And he got off the phone, and then he said, so how long is that going to take? I remember the beauty with which I watched my son go. It was that. It's like, it's finished already? How'd you do that so fast? He said, what are you? He said, I'm a trader. He said, what did you just do? I just did a transaction. That's how you did. You did that fast? I do this that fast. You from down here, but you ain't from around here. Stop acting like your assignment is to blend in. You're the one that brought the turmeric to the party. You're the one that put the paprika on the potato salad. You're the one that puts that little extra something in your fried chicken. I went to this Puerto Rican soul food restaurant once when we were on the island of Puerto Rico to this place called Root and Bone. Hello, somebody. And they had the unmitigated audacity to sprinkle brown sugar on their fried chicken, just a light coating of it that made a sweet kick past the stuff. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. And it was like, it was one of the restaurants where you could just come back the next day. But I couldn't because it was an early dinner, about 6 o'clock. And I knew that later on that evening, I was going to once can you make me another plate? Because I ain't never tasted that. And I tasted some fried chicken. Can you bring some macaroni and cheese and something to get? You understand me? Because when you show up and do you as you, it will open a space for you that's been waiting on you. So happy Pride. I see you now. I see you. Go ahead and spin Wonder Woman. I see you sliding down your pole back. I see you. I see you flaming on, huh? It's your season and your due. And the reason you might not have gotten everything you desired before now is because you didn't show all the way up. You're trying to blend in and get approval and get acceptance. I bet you better. Acceptance was the thing that got you what you needed. Patti LaBelle would never sing again. If acceptance was the thing that got you the thing you were looking for, then Joe Louis would have never been able to get into the boxing ring. They'd have killed Muhammad Ali years ago. If being accepted is the thing that would get you into the spotlight, Fantasia would have never become the American Idol. If being accepted, looking like everybody else, blending in like everybody else, doing what everybody else do, was a thing, then we would be the separate states of America. There is nobody that does Kevin Taylor. I promise you, ain't nobody. Nobody. There's nobody. There's nobody else that can do you. I know you feel like you're not that important because that's what you believe because somebody else said that about you. But the truth is, you're here on purpose, with purpose. Nobody's here to be a spectator. Nobody's here to just blend in. and hide in the cut. And I don't care what she said to you, mama. I don't care what he barked at you while he was throwing you out. I don't care. Get up, because you down here, but you ain't from around here. Get off the ground, because you're down there, but you ain't from around there. Get up. You're on the ground, you're down there, but you ain't from around there. Show them better than you can tell them that your bright light has purpose. Show them better than you can tell them that God loves you just as you are. How do I know? Hold your breath. At some point, if God didn't love you, the breath you're holding would just black you out, then knock you out. But something will always make you breathe in spite of yourself, in spite of your drama, in spite of your trauma. Somebody breathe. We can be shocked into silence. We can be shaken into silence, but breathe. You can be knocked into silence and rebuked into silence and talked about in the silence and scorned into silence. But if you would just breathe, something outside of you tells you to breathe. Something beyond the thing you're in right now will tell you to breathe, even in the midst of panic. That's something that's not within, it's without, because you're down here. You ain't from around here. When your source and your soul get together, when you believe that you are who you think you are. I'm telling you, in fact, I know people are, why do you say that? Why do you say that all the time? Somebody always, why do you say you're handsome, you dress so well, Pastor, and nobody even thinks you're big? Why do you always say you were born a fat black, met a gay nerd in the projects of Southwest DC? And I thought about every one of those things almost every day of my life that I was coming into myself. Why do I say that? Because I come into these plaques and these pits. Y'all see these things God did for me, and God knows it's me. No, you're doing it, mama. Why you're not accepting platinum? That's my grandson, and that's my son and my grandbaby. That's the credit to me on the show. That's me and Anita Baker. That's me and Patty LaBelle in her home. That's my mama and Natalie Cole. That's a letter from Lena Horne, because it doesn't make any sense. And I remind myself to stay astounded about myself, so that anytime I start to think small of myself, I'm reminded about myself. Go put on your cute outfit and walk around the house today. If you're stuck in the house because you're not one of those I'm going outside in the heat wave person, put on an outfit today that makes you remember. Put on your good robe. I got a couple of robes. I got a Malcolm Diggs ensemble that every once in a while, I wish I could. It's a robe and some. I got two. Because listen, sometimes you need to walk around your own house and remind yourself that you're not dead, so God's not done. Down here. Thank you for this, Genesis Tramaine. I'm down here, but I'm from around here. That's good. That's one of them good country sayings that'll make your teeth shine. I'm down here, but I'm from around here. You down here. Stop acting like you limited to around here. Go be brilliant. Go be beautiful. Do you? All the other spots you take. Happy Pride. So it's offering time. Unity Church, Unity family, everybody else, if you're here right here, I just want to thank you. Woo! I want to thank you for gathering with me today. I want you to thank you for being here with us. I want to thank Love. I want to thank you, Sharonda Wheeler, and to all the board of Newark Pride for always remembering the church and us in this community walk and this community work. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you are able, the churches, we accept online payment through PayPal. PayPal at paypal.me, M-E, PayPal, P-A-Y-P-A-L.me /UFC Newark. We say Newark, but it's spelled the same way. UFC Newark. Or you can go to our Cash App, which is just $U, Unity, F, Fellowship, C, Church, and Newark. So UFCN, give what you can, and we're blessed to be a blessing. Give what you can, we're blessed to be a blessing. PayPal.me /UFC Newark, $UFCN. God bless you, God keep you, God cover you. And I know that's hard, but listen, I got my rainbow on, because you know what? I can do all these things. Natalie Cole asked me once, how is it that you can be a gay man and, be a man of God and be so forceful? Because it wasn't just I was gay. She knew some gay preachers. Hello? She's in the industry. Natalie knew some gay preachers. She's like, but you're just so How are you able to stand in this? And God put right in my mind, Natalie, God keeps on doing great things for me. And God knows it's me. Rainbow Bright, me. Put your freak flag on, me. God knew it was me. Everything God does for me, God knows it's me. And God keeps doing great things for me. Now, I might be a peacock, but I'm not alone. I'm not alone. I'm not alone. You are not alone. You're down here with your ankle brother. So don't let them keep you down. Don't let you keep you down. Don't stay down so long that you forget to live up to all of it. God bless you. You be blessed, you be well, you be safe. Most of all, be you. Then go do you on the other spots today. Boom. I love you to pieces and all your parts. Now go on, happy Pride. Go put on some RuPaul. Go put on Watch Legendary. Go to a virtual event. Go somewhere and do something. Go on. Go on, do something. Do some Pride something. Do some Pride something. Wait a minute, hold on. I'm gonna do some Pride something. Don't leave me yet, Shy. I'm gonna do some Pride something. Go do some Pride something. See it? Go do some Pride something. Go do some Pride something. Go be blessed. Go be amazing. Go be you. See, I got shorts on because I would have been outside in this hot weather. Go be amazing. I know nobody's ever told you that you're amazing. You're amazing. God loves you. God knows all about your little quirky idiosyncrasies. God knows about your orientation because God made it, not you yourself. Stop worrying about what people say about you because they talk about you because they wish they could walk about you. They wish they could walk around on the planet like you do. How you do that? Because we ain't the only ones that come out. Coming out is not just about orientation. Coming out is the son who has to tell the father who believes he's going to take over the business that he wants to sing. Coming out is a daughter who has to tell the mother she's not going to med school, she's going to culinary school. Coming out is walking in truth. Coming out is walking in truth. We're helping a lot of people walk in the light, the beautiful light. Come where the dewdrops of mercy shine bright, shine all around us, all day, all night. Love is the light of the world. Newark! Happy Pride, happy 15 Pride. Happy 15 Pride. The theme is what? No justice, no pride, right? We don't need an event because there's things going on in the world that are troubling us every day. But use this as an opportunity to stand up and stand all the way up. Get up and get all the way up. Be a flamethrower, got to work. Be an angelic troublemaker. Get in good trouble. Go disturb somebody's peace. Go post something that makes you go, "Ooh, I know." I know, but I didn't know you were talking about it. Shine your light. Wave your flag. Do you. All the other spots are taken. Be blessed. Be well. I'm out.
Okay, we stopped.
Okay.